reminds me of that a little bit, and that's why I like it. Or benching. That's an old term from New York City, from sitting in the subway stations, sitting on the bench waiting for subway cars to go by and look at the pieces. I know that people absolutely love trains and they're really romantic about it, but I mean, I love them too. I just happen to love writing on them, and I love seeing them with graffiti on them. The motion of it is a powerful thing. That tag I did in probably Baltimore and DC like 8 years ago. Man, it's come a long way. I grew up in Baltimore, like right on the edge of the city, suburbs. Right after my parents got married, my dad got drafted to go to Vietnam. He was a helicopter pilot, and their helicopter was shot up, and there wasn't one bolt found, a couple parts to machine guns, and they found my dad's gold wedding ring. I think it's made me bitter at times. It's made me a little bit uncaring of other people's losses in a way. I hate to say that, but it's just automatic, you know? I think about it a lot when I'm painting, you know, especially when I'm bombing. I'm proud of my dad, though. There's no doubt about that. I remember drawing the lettering from the Suicidal Tendencies first album on my bedroom wall, and, you know, to a parent, when they see Suicidal Tendencies written on their kid's wall, I don't think that went over too big. I think I wrote Graffiti Strikes, and then I changed it to Master, but I stopped writing that because people were writing Bader after my tag, and that wasn't really what I was going for. I think it's just more natural to write your name than to make up something, you know? At that point, I was getting into so much trouble other than graffiti, like, you know, breaking in businesses and stealing safes and doing smash and grabs and like just stealing cars like it was graffiti, like, oh, I can get the baddest car tonight, you know? Graffiti saved me from that shit. I started like learning that, man, my friends that I do this other shit with, they're scumbags. I don't want nothing to do with them. I want to hang out with these writers. You know, they're like far more interesting, honorable people.
JASE was the first person to ever take me racking. It was like a good trade-off, I guess. Like, I was the first person to take him to do freights.
If you're a train cop in a certain city, you know, everyone painting freights, they're obviously not doing it while the train's in motion. It's only stopped in like this handful of places, so cops started to like, you know, just happen by those spots in the middle of the night just in case. And like one time, I remember I was with Evade. I just did the outline of a J, and I hear a cop car like just mobbing down the tracks at us. They stopped the car and like, freeze, put your hands up. Fuck that. I jumped up on this fence. And the whole top of the fence just snapped off. And the dog jumped onto Evade. He just climbs up on top of the shed. Jumped on this garage. Launches over. Like my foot fell through the roof. Boom, gets up, runs again. Bam. Made tons of noise. Fucked up these people's roofs. We're hiding behind a car in a driveway. Someone came up to their door. Hey, what the fuck are you doing with my car? The cop immediately stopped, jumped out, it was on again, had to jump a fence, ran through this yard. I was running through one yard, he was running through another. We were running like literally like next to them. There was like some woman in her nightgown making like a snack in her kitchen with her back door open, and Evade like runs right past her. Hey, how's it going? And she's like, what the fuck? We hid for a few hours. In case something like this happened, I'd take my hair down, I'd just look like a totally different person because the hair is like down to here. I walked back to the car, went and picked up Evade. It's a full moon, and I see the silhouette of a long-haired JASE. Dude, come on.
He may not come home one night. Usually he comes back in the morning, but, you know, those are good nights, right?
A lot of people go and they paint freights, and they'll do, like, a piece in, like, a couple of tags, and then that's it. That's, like, the appetizer for him.
say it's revenge, because I'm not mad at the trains, but it's just letting off a lot of steam, just smashing car after car after car, and it's like I'm at war with the train, you know? When I've done every single thing in the yard, I feel so satisfied, you know? It's like the best feeling, like I'm not wasting my time. It all counts.
You can't be at a train crossing without seeing a line go by without at least a couple of throw-ups from him.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna see at least a JE like hollow up there. And people like bet
money on seeing a JASE throw up on, you know, at least one of those cars that every line that goes by.
If you're gonna think about freights, you're thinking about JASE.
You can't have every train. It's physically not possible. But you can have like one car on every train, or you can have one thing at every place where they keep trains. I want to be up in this whole country, not just one city or 2 cities at the same time. It's pretty rare now if I see a train go by and I don't got to throw up on it, but it does happen. There's other people that can do it. No one's done it, and it's going to take you a long fucking time. I know that. 100 cars a night, 300, 400, maybe 500 cars a week. And I did it for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. I mean, it gets up there to like 30, 40, 50,000 throw-ups. It adds up very quickly. My graffiti's seen more of this country than I ever will. It's seen everything, you know? And it kind of takes on a life of its own when you think about that.
I had 3 cars on that train that just went by. First of all, the obstacle is getting in with all your supplies. You have to be aware of who's around you, who's going to call the police on you. If there's sensors, you know, you don't go in there slipping. And then, you know, you begin your project. And the beauty is you're the only one in the entire world at that moment that's in that position. I've been in plenty of situations where I've watched the world unfold in a way that most people don't get a chance to see it. And that's 12 stories up, hiding from a helicopter. When you're that high up and you're that visible and you're doing something so big, they pretty much can see you from a mile away, possibly. So there's a person in there looking, and he has infrared if he wants it. Oh, holy shit, your heart's pounding, and that voice inside of you that tells you not to do it, the guilt and the fear that's inside of you, your stomach turns into knots. It scares the shit out of me. I'm constantly like paranoid and fear of my own life. Those times, you know, on that 6-inch ledge where I just slipped, and it's like I've been there too many times. But if you don't do it, you don't succeed, and someone else got the spot, someone else got the fame. Every single graffiti writer is a manic depressive, insecure person, because that's the only thing that makes you want to go out and write on somebody's shit. You know, Satan's, to me, his anger stems from his separation anxiety from God, and this is what this painting's called, separation anxiety. At this moment, I got him at his weakness for the love of God. I'm not trying to be goth, I'm not trying to be satanic. These things just come out of me, and I just paint them. Another Satan, but I think I need to paint another angel now to balance it out. Sometimes my imagination just kind of goes away with me. My dreams haunt me relentlessly. Terrible, terrible nights. I will wake up in this kitchen, you know, freaking the fuck out, or moving paintings in my sleep, or these weird spider dreams that are just ruthless. And, you know, I actually made a little spider and put it next to my bed so that it kind of is like my little spider protector and things. Graffiti flourishes where